All right, devotees and friends, here we are. We are back live with you on our twice weekly broadcast and just setting things up gently, and hopefully everybody can see us, see me and Paramatma, you can say, the two of us together. We are on Instagram Live, we are on Facebook Live, and this will be copied to the channel, which presumably you know, the channel on YouTube presently after the broadcast. So first of all, my obeisances from Mae Rim, about 1 hour's drive from Chiang Mai in northern Thailand, and I'm at Govinda Farm, the retreat center place, branch, if you like, of the Gupta Govardhan temple up here in the north of Thailand. So first of all, my obeisances to one and all, to all the devotees, with the Sanskrit traditional prayer, Vancha Kalpa Trubhyascha, Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha, Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. So we do want to give obeisances with real feeling, means really the devotees are an ocean of mercy, and the devotees are our friends, and we are coming to give our obeisances without ego, Namo Namaha, to the feet of all of the Vaishnavas everywhere. And of course, headed by Sri Guru, and the mantra to Sri Guru, Om Agyana Timirandasya Gyananjana Shalakaya Chakshur Anmilitam Yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha. That the Guru, he is the one who with the ointment, a salve, a special ointment on our eyes, is opening up our eyes from darkness, from the ignorance, and to understanding what is what. And the Guru is the very means for us to come to the upper world. This is the Lord's arrangement. And Bhagavad Gita, we need to keep reading Bhagavad Gita as Gurudev repeats, as Guru Maharaj quotes so many times from Gita, and Srila Gurudev repeating about how we must read from Bhagavad Gita, not to neglect that. So Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, if we want to come to spiritual life, we must come to that self-realized soul, the person who understands what is what, and we come and bring offerings to them, and satisfy them, give obeisances to them, fully surrender to them, and inquire from them what is the goal of our life. So the world continues as we speak, with much of the world still very much restricted in movement, and that also applies here. And here in Thailand, I don't have right beside me, in Thailand here, we have the masks for both breathing out and breathing in, I suppose, both ways. But we have the masks here, we have to wear them if we go out. And actually, this time that we're meeting, it's the first time I've gone out in over a month of being in Thailand after coming from India. Means we've been in the forest areas nearby there, but nearby to the temple of Gupta Govardhan. But now we are in the farm, and the farm is growing lots of rice. And right outside where I'm looking, it is all rice fields, and it is the temple's rice fields. And from here, all of the rice for the year is grown, as well as so many fruit trees and vegetables, etc., coming from this Govinda farm. But Govinda farm may be a little famous to some of you, because Govinda farm is actually the retreat center. There's plenty of space here. There are beautiful traditional Thai buildings all around Govinda farm, and very tastefully and decorated, means practical, simple living, but very tastefully done, with old furniture from Thailand, from Burma, from around and about this region, with old furniture, old decors on the wall. And actually behind me here is something old. I'm not sure what it is, but it is something, I think a rice, that they throwing the rice up in the air in the wind to take the chaff away from the rice. But lots of old things around. It's done in very stylish, old-fashioned Thai style. But what is the purpose of this? There is accommodation here. There is nice accommodation for guests who come, for sort of VIP accommodation. And also now there is dormitory accommodation, which is just being completed as I speak. And also now there are platforms for putting three, you can say 3 2-man or 3 3-man tents on each of those platforms, which jut out over the rice field, over the banks. There are 3 platforms under the trees and on the edge of the rice fields, with each of them with a accompanying toilet and hot and cold, of course, shower accompanying. So this way, that preparations are underway for giving extra accommodation with these camping platforms as well as the dormitories, that are giving some extra accommodation for the planned retreat, which is due to take place in November, means a devotee gathering. And this devotee gathering is advertised on the web. I'm not sure where, because I'm not the person who's doing the Facebook communication. But we can find out what is that web page and ask the devotees to put a link to the retreat. But of course, at this time, nobody actually knows what is going to be the situation for traveling, whether it's going to be practical to travel, etc., as this year progresses. And I also don't read the news, but we do hear the important things. And apparently, I hear from the devotees, it's not yet a sure future as to travel, etc., how soon things will be back to normal, and what normal will become to be may be different from the past. However, this whole farm is providing food, and it is providing retreat for devotees, and it's providing also introduction retreats, if you like. And from China, and actually already from Italy and from Australia and from other places, then devotees have come here. They've arranged the yoga retreats. There's a yoga platform that goes out into the rice fields. The yoga retreats, which unavoidably are also devotional yoga introductions, because we hold each morning and each evening our devotional program. This goes on as well as their yoga activities, and it has been a very good introduction, good way to introduce people who are interested in yoga, in some kind of meditation, spiritual life. It's proven to be a good introduction to such persons in a beautiful environment to devotional service, Bhakti yoga, which we know is indeed the very purpose of all yoga. And as the world has come to recognize, life is temporary, life is uncertain. At any moment, anything can happen, individually, to a nation, to the whole planet, all sorts of things. And so really, we don't want to, as they say, beat around the bush. We want to come straight to the real purpose of our life. The real purpose of our life is to develop devotion for the Lord. And everywhere we hear about, oh, God is giving this, God is giving that, and God, please help me in this way, help me in that way. Everybody has some understanding that things are created. There wasn't just a big bang, as it were, but things are created. And even the Big Bang, as maybe we mentioned in a little aphorism last week, that even if there is a Big Bang, then what about what went bang? Who created that? And one particle of that went bang. Just look and see the wonder that is inside there. The atoms and neutrons, and how everything is perfectly flowing, and every single atom has got its own particular nature, etc., etc. And that iron is different from this kind of stone, is different from that kind of stone, and lots of things. And not only that, how about looking just at the world? The world, the farmers like here, they know that the earth itself gives nourishment, gives nutrient. They leave sometimes the fields fallow, means they don't grow something for one season or 2 seasons. And the earth automatically recovers its energy, recovers its potency for creating more rice, more vegetables, etc. So nature, all is alive. Nature, everything has its part, and everyone knows really in their heart that there is God, someone we pray to, someone that we know made everyone and is our shelter ultimately. And we are so fortunate that we've come to understand who is God. Who is God? How have we come to understand? Yes, by thanking our lucky stars that we've come in touch with the teachings of Srila Prabhupada, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, Srila Sri Rama, Srila Govinda Maharaj, giving us Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur's clean, pure, understanding presentation current of Rupa Goswami, of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So this week, we've been very nature conscious in this part of the world. Govinda Farm, by the way, is also at the end of its own little dirt road that comes from a small village. So if you listen now, you won't hear any like mechanical noises at all, though there are noises. And surprisingly, at night, with the doors open and the mosquito net closed to keep out the many flying living entities, at night, surprisingly noisy with the cicadas and many things. And here, too, the rains have come. Probably not the rains, but rain has come for the last maybe 3 days or so. And from the day I came, which was, I believe, Sunday, it was Sunday. So now Monday, I came. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, because here it's Thursday. In these last 3 days, we've seen the grass change from brown to green. We've seen that right in front of the main house here, one tree is there, and this long shoots have come from the branches of the tree as the water has come. So we see nature very much around us. And we have a beautiful morning program on that yoga platform that goes out into the rice field. Morning program before dawn, at dawn, just after dawn, trying to follow the actual times for the chanting of Gayatri, for the chanting of Samsara Davana Lalita Lok during the Brahma Muhurta, for the different early morning and evening programs, very much according to nature, which is here, rather than according to the clock. So there are no neighbors here. Well, there are neighbors, of course. We're not alone on planet Earth, but no neighbors so nearby. So also it means that the devotees, they are able to do programs here without having to worry about all the cartels and mridanga is disturbing anybody. So we can start here earlier than in the Gupta Govardhan temple. So there they were starting at 5:15. Sorry, there they were starting 6:15, so as not to disturb the neighbors, who incidentally have come to like the devotees very much there over the course of the years. And here starting at 5:15. And this way it is the appropriate time approximately for the morning programs. So I'm giving a little news from here. And one thing also very noticeable here during the morning program, and I've made a little office, if you like, at that yoga platform, as well as an office underneath the building where I am now, because this is where I am. It is a traditional Thai house, old Thai house. So it's standing on wooden poles, actually tree trunks, that is a fact. It's standing on tree trunks. And so underneath, it is very shady and cool. And Krishna has supplied electricity there too. So we are able to utilize this in our service by making this into an office. Who is managing here, who's developed the land here, is Paramananda Prabhu. So full credit to him for really changing this from just a barren area into a very beautiful area. It was rice fields below, that was not barren, but the area where the houses have come up, the accommodation has come up, then this area it was just jungle area, and then that all cleared, and then starting from a clear area. And then he brought in fruit trees, flowering trees, auspicious trees, etc., from the nurseries, where here in Thailand they have nurseries of quite big trees. So by truck, the trees come in, they're transplanted, and they've found a very happy home where their flowers and fruits are being utilized in service of Giriraj. So while we're traveling, then we're able to give you a little bit of an idea of places where we are and something of what's taking place. And so here today we're sharing a little bit of the service that is going on. And as in so many places, you can say it is almost hidden service, that the world doesn't necessarily know that these things are happening. So we're happy to bring to light the activities which are taking place quietly, sincerely, and with full dedication, selflessly, to try to please our masters by engaging in activities which we know they will appreciate and want. And incidentally, about Thailand, Gurudev himself, he told that the ashram in Thailand will be near Chiang Mai, in the hills, in the countryside. So from long ago, then Srila Gurudev, he, if you like, predicted or showed his preference of where the ashram will be in Thailand. And about Thailand, then I can also just add one more thing, not to make it too Thailand conscious, but it's where I am right now. But Gurudev with us one day, really, he was talking about the world and different places. And Gurudev said, I've seen the world. I've been on 24 world tours. And he said, and which country is the best of all? Can you say? And so we're all sitting in front of Gurudev, and I think the Americans saying America, someone else saying their own particular country, perhaps like that. And in this way, one or two suggestions. And I think I did keep quiet because I understood that Gurudev wanted to say something. But Gurudev then, after one or two suggestions from the assembled devotees, or as Gurudev would say, assembled devotees, then Srila Govinda Maharaj, he said, Thailand, by far. Literally, that is what he said. And Gurudev appreciated many things about Thailand, but he appreciated that still the culture is here for the respect of the sadhus. And the culture is here that the parents do want their oldest son and all their sons, but in particular their oldest son, to be a monk, at least for hopefully 6 months or 3 months. But in this way, giving preparation for their future life, having that experience as a monk, getting spiritual foundation and control of the senses, living a controlled life. So this way, the culture in Thailand does still have this kind of leftover of what came actually from the Vedic time and came from India. Remember that the whole history of Buddhism, which is the very predominant religion here, this is coming from India, and it's coming from Buddha. Buddha is an incarnation of the Lord. So yes, we know that it is not the full-fledged conception, but at least the conduct of the persons with the devotees is very kind of honorable. And by their nature, giving honor to the sadhus, if you like, to the monks, then you see when they do come across a Vaishnava, when Gurudev, Srila Govinda Maharaj came here, then their honor to the actual Vaishnava is very quickly giving them sukriti. So this is the foundation of a good society, where those who are the spiritual representatives and trying to practice spiritual life, where they're giving honor instead of ridicule. And we know many families also in the world where I very recently talking with a devotee, and the parents, and he was saying about, when I was a teenager, my parents are asking me, so what's your aspiration? What do you want to do? What's your ambition? And the devotee, then not a devotee, hadn't come in touch with devotional service, but he said, I would like to be a monk. And he said that shocked his parents. A monk. And so, this is quite common. I'm from the West, it's quite common in the Western world. And people are a little bit shocked by that. But here in Thailand, it is something which is still given respect and honor. And if anybody does come to Thailand, when it is freed up, you do see lots of monks. But I found out like only later, after thinking, there are so many monks in Thailand like this, that actually most of them, you can say, they are monks for the time being. In other words, they do come for 3 months, for 6 months, maybe a year, and some will make it their lifelong vocation. But you do see many monks in Thailand because for some time they are monks, if you like. And so they wear their robes and they're going barefoot. You see them begging in the morning. Here we see them begging in the morning. It is Gupta Govardhan. We see them each day coming from the local temples barefoot and coming begging, and then they take their items that they've begged, they take them back to the temple, and there they are shared, and that is what they are eating. And they do various austerities, penances. And in general, we can say, yes, very good that culture is there. But of course, the Vaishnava culture, the full-fledged conception, is not only the conception, but the reality. As Guru Maharaj pointed out, nobody ever got to Goloka Vrindavan without developing devotion for Krishna, without developing devotion for the Lord. That by simply living very simply, controlling the senses, meditating, controlling the mind, etc., this is not sufficient. And what is missing is the devotion to God, searching for God, searching for the reality, the beautiful. Ishvara Parama Krishna Satchit Ananda Vigraha Anadir Adir Govinda Sarva Karana Karanam. The original Lord, the Lord of everything. He is Satchit Ananda Vigraha, embodiment of all these qualities of eternity, consciousness and joy. And when we can come to have that serving relationship to the Lord, then we will start to very quickly get some appreciation that surrender, service, faith, the Vaishnavas, those who are already serving to the Lord, all of these things are so dear to the aspiring devotee, the one who's got a little glimpse that this is the proper use of our energy, this is the purpose of our life. And I can say one thing about here at the farm in Thailand, there are so many, literally millions of living entities for every one human being, with all the ants everywhere here at the moment because the rains came. There are ant highways, highways, not just the paths that a few ants go on. There are the highways and I suppose the highways and byways, they would say in England, wouldn't they? But there are so many ants. And how many humans are we here? Like very few. So many ants, so many trees, so many birds, so many insects, the cicadas and insects in the night. And these small birds we see, so many. What to speak of the rice and the other grasses and everything that's growing, and snakes. There's like a 6-meter python out the back, and his baby is actually over here. The baby is only 4-meter long python, and he's actually living out here somewhere. So I have been cautioned, or not cautioned, advised to at least keep the mosquito nets closed so that the snakes, etc., don't come into the quarters. Anyway, my point is, there are so many living entities here for one human, and all are going through this birth-death cycle. And we see this season too, in the evening, these insects come with very flappy, light wings, and then they land and they drop their wings. And basically commit suicide in some way, and then they just kind of flounder around. And in the morning, then we see so many insects, especially where there's been a light. And we see all of this birth and death right in front of our eyes. So now, all of us, we've got our human body. Let's use it nicely. So, using it nicely, we've come to the Vaishnavas, we've come to Guru, we've come to Srila Gurudev, Govinda Maharaj, Srila Prabhupada, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, we've come to Srila Guru Maharaj, Srila Srila Maharaj, we've come to Srila Guru Maharaj, who's giving us Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, who's giving us Rupa Goswami, Bhakti Vinod Thakur, Rupa Goswami, that Sampradaya, which means giving us Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's clean, pure, proper conception. From their lotus mouth, from their writings, only we will come, take shelter, try to do something good, try to introduce this to others, and practice ourselves, keep association, chant Hare Krishna, and be happy. So, from Govinda Farm in the north of Thailand to each of you in your homes, then very happy to have this chance to speak with you. And as we are doing more and more, we're very happy to have some opportunity to actually, literally myself, by heart, I'm coming to visit devotees in different places, and they're coming together via Zoom, and very similar to when we were flying and traveling to different places, and devotees coming together by bus, car, motorcycle, public transport, whatever it may be, coming together in the temples. So we're very happy to have these opportunities while in this lockdown, as it were, to try to adjust favorably to that environment by engaging in service, one-to-one, one-to groups, and like this, where we're able to just to chat away to yourselves who are listening there, to share something of our devotional life, devotional path, and some good things in this world. And Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur did not acknowledge any shortage in this world, except for Hari Katha, the subjects about the Lord, glorification of the Lord. Hari Kirtan, to chant by kartals, madanga, to chant the glories of the Lord by the descriptions given in the scripture, relaying those descriptions authorized by our masters, and to tell the glories of our wonderful Sri Krishna reality, the beautiful, the generous and deeply distributing Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Nityananda, Veera Chandra, Sri Guru, and Vaishnava. So, dear devotees, guests, friends, my respects to you. I talked maybe a little longer this week. I tried to keep it within half an hour. I think we're almost exactly half an hour. I tried to keep it short, but happy to share and happy to be with you. So wishing you successful Seva days until we meet again. My obeisances to you all, and all glories to Srila Gurudev, Srila Guru Maharaj, Srila Prabhupada, our Sri Rupanuga Guru Vaga. All glories to Sri Chaitanya Saraswat Mat and Sri Chaitanya Saraswat Acharya Brinda, the whole section of acharyas representing Sri Chaitanya and Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur to the day. Sri Chaitanya Saraswat Acharya Brinda. And again, we end with humbly giving obeisances to the devotees. Please don't take my offenses. We are here to share happily. Vanchakalpatarubhyascha kripasindubhya evacha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Pranam, pranam.